everybody, today we're going to be making our Asia portfolio. It's our second portfolio of the year and it's pretty exciting, so I can't wait to start studying the world with you. We're going to start by checking our portfolios one more time just to make sure that we have pockets and the silver tab fasteners on the inside of our folders, and you should also double check to make sure that your name is on it. That way you know it's yours until you get a cover on it. Okay. So we're going to start by gathering our materials. We're just going to make a little pile.
During the interruption, will Annika Petrov please come down to the office? Annika Petrov, thank you.
There we go. We're just going to ignore that. Okay, so we're going to start with orange folder number 1. And we're going to take out one of the green table of contents papers and put that off to the side. Next, red folder number 2. Grab out a pink, hot pink, again, globe sheet. We're going to do globes a little differently, and I'll explain that to you later. Okay, so grab that, put that off to the side. And finally, in green folder number 3, take out an appendix packet. You're going to notice it's much thinner than the foundations one. This is a shorter unit. So a appendix packet that starts with the orange appendix table of contents. Put that in your pile. Don't go into blue folder number 4 yet. We're going to need that later. Okay? Next, grab 10 pieces of white lined paper. You only need 10 this time. Like I said, it's a shorter unit, so 10 pieces will do. So go ahead. I have a bunch on the counter by the Absent boxes. So count out 10 pieces of white lined paper right now. You can use your own if you want to. Now that you have your 10 pieces of white lined paper, I'd like you to check to make sure that all of the holes line up, that your dark red lines are all lining up with each other as well. They should all be to your left. And one other thing, check that the wide margin is at the top. Okay? Check all of those things. Check each and every page. Because what always happens is somebody doesn't listen and they have to go back and unbuild, take apart the portfolio, unbuild it to fix one page, which is silly. So just check all 10 pages. It's not that many. Okay, so now we're going to build. All right, so we're going to go back to our folders. We're going to take the insert part. Mine is white. Yours might be another color. And we're going to take the silver fasteners, the tab fasteners, and we're going to point them. We're going to bend them, both sets, or both arms for each set, so that they're pointing up toward the ceiling. Okay? So you should have them pointing up like that. Perfect. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our table of contents. We're going to take it so the holes are on our right. We're going to put it face down so the Asia title is face down at the desk. And we're going to put it right on the tabs. So you should see page B looking up at you. Next, our pink globe sheet. Face down so you've just seen blank paper, and set that on the tabs. Blank hot pink looking up at you. Next, take your bundle of white lined paper and you're going to take it so that the dark red lines are now to your left, the holes are to the right, and the wide margin is still at the top. And set that on the tabs. Dark red line, holes, wide margin. And finally, our appendix packet. So we're going to take this so that the orange is facing the desk, blank white looking up at us, and we're going to put that on the tabs. So the last thing you should see is blank white. Now, we're going to take the insert again, and we're going to fold that over onto the tabs. This is what keeps it nice and secure. So fold that over onto the tabs. And then you're going to fold down the fasteners, the tabs, so that they're spread out. Okay. Now you've done this a bunch of times with your foundations portfolio, so it should be pretty familiar because we've put a lot of things in and out. So it should be pretty familiar on how to close this up. And then you'll see that everything stays in nice and secure. Okay? And you're going to notice that it's a lot thinner, okay? Because it's a shorter unit, like I've been saying. So we're going to head back to the beginning. We're almost ready. Okay, we've got a couple more steps. Grab your pen, and we're going to number our white line pages. I like to number in the top right-hand corner, but you can number however you'd like. Page 1 is our first one. Turn page 1, and on the back of page 1 is page 2. So right behind 1 is 2. Across from 2 is 3. So you have 2, 3. Behind 3, on the back of 3 is 4. Across from 4 is 5. 4, 5. So continue numbering all of your pages. If you counted correctly, you should end up with how many pages? If we got 10, you should end up with 20 lined pages, okay? If you end up with 22 or 24, that's okay. You just added an extra page. But if you get an even or an odd number, you need to go back and check because you missed something. So if you end up with 21 or 23, you need to go back and renumber. Okay, so go ahead and number all the rest of your pages now. Now that we've numbered all our pages, we're going to go back to page 1, and we're just going to put aside 1 page for daily geography this time. We don't need a lot of space. So we're going to write daily geography across the top. No abbreviations. Okay. You can always add more later if it turns out that you write big, okay? Or if you feel like, you know what, I used 4 for the last one, and you want to do 2, I'm okay with that too. It's up to you at this point, because now you're familiar with how the portfolio works. So daily geography across the top, and then you're going to go back to the appendix, not the appendix, the table of contents, and for page 1, daily geography, and today's date. Okay? And there you have it, a portfolio ready to go and use, our Asia portfolio completely built. Okay? So the last piece that we need is information about how to make our cover. So we're going to make a new cover for our Asia portfolio. You get to design your own. So blue folder number 4, take out a purple copy of the rubric, okay? And you could go ahead and put your name at the top, and we'll talk about what your Asia portfolio cover needs to look like and when it is due, okay? So I hope you're as excited to start Asia as I am. I think it's going to be awesome. I think you're going to love it, okay? So I'll see you soon.